guys, welcome back. I know it's been a couple months since I uploaded, but in today's video, we've got a banger weekly review. Over 5 figures made this week, and near the end of this month, I'm gonna be moving out. So I kind of have that motivation to post again, and I'm not as overwhelmed by the Discord and just the amount of people. So definitely be ready for me to start posting. I'm gonna have a lot more educational content for you guys, as well as trades taken at Discord. Like I said, that's near the end of this month, so I'm gonna still try and post a little amount of content before we get in there. But when I move in there, I'm going full force, at least 3 to 4 videos a week, short form content, and as well as just hitting bangers every single day. You guys know how we do. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the Discord. Enjoy the video.
Anyway, just going into our simple trade here. I mean, we're going to get a baseline for the week. We're going to get a baseline, for every day before. I kind of like starting on Friday. We could start on Monday, go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but we're going to go what's closest on our mind and work our way back. So last week was a lot easier, quote unquote, to trade. This week was pretty hard. Actually, I'm going to kind of start there on the weekly chart. You guys know how we are. Always on the higher time frame into a lower time frame. So obviously coming off the weekly, you guys can see that we're bullish. We have a clear, some people call it the V-shaped recovery. We have a market maker model inside of here. We also have an S&T at some lows. We've accumulated, manipulated viciously. And yeah, sure, we could have took some shorts in here, but that's not really the point. Looking at the higher time frame, these monthly lows on an even higher time frame, and seeing why they were important, why we were moved from there. And yeah, obviously we're at all-time highs. So especially with all-time highs, there's a tweet, ICT put this shit out, a long time ago. At all-time highs, you never know when the shit's gonna stop going up. So there's no point in not taking longs as as often as you can, as high probability as you get. Let me make sure my microphone volume is recording. Yeah, that's desktop audio that's muted. Okay. So yeah, we always, kind of look weekly, or monthly, weekly, daily. Just for the newer guys, obviously a lot of you guys know that. So coming from this Friday here, because you guys saw me take long here, okay? So we were long, had the long bias since this big-ass white candle, and all we had to do from there is just take good entries at a discount and just ride the bitch up. That's why the week before, you guys see me sending so many trades, because once we get a high time frame protected low put in, it makes a lot of sense for us to continue to blast higher. Also, we're in a high time frame OTE of our protected range. And you guys ask, oh, well, what's our protected range? We've closed above, high time frame breakaway gap here. High time frame breakaway gap. We got a market maker model. We've closed and expanded above. Our previous high that we've broken acts as a roadblock, and it did inside of this immediate rebalance candle, where we immediately rebalanced on the weekly time frame and continued higher. We immediately rebalanced and continued higher. Okay, so now we got that in a weekly time frame. Okay, we know we're continuing. We're at all-time highs. We're taking pretty much any long we get. So looking at that low here on a daily time frame, well, what do we see? A clear protected low. We have an internal low with an FEG with our previous high that we just broke. We move internal to external, creating an order block, and that order block sends us higher. It's so easy to read price. It's literally like just counting, sheep at night. So we're going to take off that high, because you guys know on the weekly time frame what we're doing. We're breaking, we're closing above, and we're displacing higher. Okay, obviously you don't have to catch this low, but if it's continuing higher, you can know that you can long without us needing to retrace into this weekly fair value gap. And or that we open low on the week and then high close if we're trading this week. And you guys know I sit here and yap about the previous shit, but this all, it all matters. If I'm going to say something, it matters. I'm not going to talk about the previous weeks, previous days, if I don't, sit here and tell you that's all that matters. If you're not looking off your previous data, you're going to have no way to look forward. You don't have a look back. You don't have a cast forward without a look back. So, continuing from there, we're just using simple market structure. Even on this time frame, right? We had a fair value gap. We have the displacement, previous candles acting as a roadblock, and an internal FEG. We move, internal, external, and now we have literally the cleanest order block. We use it, continue higher, internal, FEG order block, internal, external. And now we're just kind of accumulating. We have no need to manipulate lower here because our previous range have done the damage. Our if then thinking, we have done the damage here, so we don't have to manipulate lower here to continue higher. Yes, I'm recording. Yeah, this is like shit. I mean, sorry if I'm talking fast, like I said. And for new people, I hope you guys like know ICT because that's like what the concepts are based off of. You probably wouldn't ask if I was recording if you didn't know that. But anyway, continuing on. As you know, I use all these time frames. You guys know this. So even on the 4-hour time frame, we've got clean market maker models in here. If we look, at this on the 4-hour, you've got whatever you retards like to trade with that inverse. We're in way before that because we know what we're doing. We also have the rejection block. And this is going to tie directly into this daily trade on Monday. We're still talking about the daily trade on Monday, by the way. Anyway, right, 4-hour liquidates the low into the gap. So we don't need to take this low, right? We're inside that high time frame gap. We close back inside the range. Boom, rejection block. We've accumulated, manipulated at a good time, and then continues higher. Actually, this is the literal same thing. This was Friday into a Monday. You guys see that? Friday, 2 p.m., Friday, 2 p.m., 6. Same thing happened here that we're about to cover. And that's exactly why I took it, because this shit happens so often. So all of that to continue right back to our Monday that we just had, right? Nope, down here, sorry. With our Monday that we had, right? Friday, 2 p.m. into Sunday, shit blast higher. Wow, what a surprise. We knew that was going to happen because of our previous data, our chart time, and just understanding how price works. Look at this daily candle, bro. Look at that shit. We take out the low of the open, right? Our open of our candle is right here. We take that out. And then also inside of this daily candle, open low, right? We don't have to go all the way to, mean threshold of the rejection block, right? The open is the key. I mean, obviously I'd take any type of rejection block. Sometimes you might get the ones that tap there perfectly, but and then if we look at a high time frame rejection block like we showed on the low time frame, well, let me go back to daily. So like we showed, right, all that is just a low time frame order block. 4-hour, oops, put that back, right? We're still inside the rejection block. If we go to like an hourly, even get a 3 candle model here, not really clean, but no clean order block still. You're on like a lower time frame. I'm trying to find like a beautiful order block so it can stack your high time frame rejection block inside of your order block. You don't really get it there, but you kind of get a continuation from a breakaway gap, move lower, close above, order block there. So you could have took that inside the low time frame. Anyway, continue on. Right, say all that to say this. It looks the exact same on this Monday, and that's why we banked these Sunday longs here. I know I said I wanted to start with Friday, but I flipped. I want to start with Sunday now, and that's just how we flow sometimes. And what did I take this off of? Well, kind of giving a lot of the free guys. There's so many paid guys in here. Like you guys have, I don't really care saying some of this shit, but if you have it one time, you hear it, and you're like, oh, I can't remember what he said. Obviously, you can ask questions and shit. But we flip our gap. Not a big end log, new week opening gap. But not even one really at all. If we go to like god damn it, I didn't mean to do that. No, I gotta go back again. Sorry. And I know this is I'm pretty sure this is like the week before, but anyway, this is what we're continuing off of. This is literally the whole thought process into this week, right? Easy order block, easy like even inversion, and then boom, that was literally my fill there. Stop here, our stop here. You can have 2 different types, and then into your high, and then we're zooming out and seeing our market maker model form. So I mean, bro, that's gonna be the basis for damn near every single trade. So let's get into our actual Monday for this week, because I don't want to yap about the previous one the whole time. But I'm pretty sure we opened like really high, didn't we? Yeah, we opened all the way up here, and I can't remember exactly what I took, so I'm gonna slide over to the Discord, and Let's see what we took on Sunday. I think it was something. No, I traded every day this week. August 13th. No, we're getting there. Yeah, let's. Oh, we're almost there. Oh yeah, I remember what. Yeah, that was August 8th. Okay. Yeah, so to the 11th, I remember we were looking for shorts right from PDH, right after we swept PDH. I remember now. All right, we're back in line. We're locked back in, twin. Yeah, so from the 4 hour gap, where the fuck were we at? I said we're locked back in, but then I lost where we were Monday. Oh yeah, right here. All right, perfect. Right, this is exactly what we were expecting. It just looks so odd, right? We did leave liquidity above Friday, so we did want that sweep on a previous day high, right? We have a higher time frame liquidity or a higher time frame range that we're taking out one end of, with that 4 hour range and our daily range. And I didn't really take. I mean, I took shorts, but none of this was like really like the best, right? Because of just how the week ended. We understand that we have high time frame protected lows put in with these lows, taking out all this low resistance liquidity into our high time frame gap, with our previous down closure candle acting as a roadblock. And if you guys want to see that on a higher time frame, that's literally this low that swept here and then continues into Friday, and then we just open up high. So we know we need some type of internal retrace, and we literally do the same thing here that we did right here, right? These two pieces of price action look damn near the exact same, right? Because we're expanding above an alt high. We build up liquidity to take internally and manipulate viciously below our lows into a fair value gap with a pretty much breaker block, right? Lower low, higher high. And each each protected low, each low you're looking at needs to mitigate, right, a PDA. Even if it's over here, right, with our lows to the left, you can always find a market maker model inside of any type of price action, and that'll just give you the even more confluence into what low should be protected, into what high you should take out. And that's what I'm always stacking, right? You could look at this whole piece of price action as one market maker model, right? We have our first range accumulation, breakdown, second range into your smart money reversal. Even this can be your third leg of accumulation because we accumulate right here to sweep out that low, their smart money reversal here into just an Asia. Like this is technically an accumulation, but it's because we're inside of the previous day's range, but it just chops up. Like it's a continuation. It's really just not the best overall, but because you don't get a good entry, right? There's no like banger ass entry. It's kind of just chop in, just accumulating liquidity below the lows that we don't need to take out low time frame because your high time frame has done the damage. Remember, typically 2 to 3 legs in each MMM. Correct, bro. And that's that's another way on how I'm able to bottom tick these lows. You guys are needing this to form to like see this market maker model. Bro, every time we're breaking down lower, you guys have why I'm looking and where we're breaking down lower with our big vicious move. Now you just need how that move looks. Bro, it's been a minute for real. But now you just need how that move looks, right? You'll get an accumulation, it'll break lower, reaccumulate, break lower, and then you'll get the reversal down here that looks two type of ways, right? We've always talked about this. You'll either get this higher high with your rejection block, or you'll get a sweep out of that low and it look like that. And obviously we get our new day open and into here. So high time frame, we get the rejection block because the low time frame has done the damage with this. Low time frame's done the damage with that, right? So our high time frame doesn't need to sweep out that low. Okay. So I know previous day high liquidity is up here. We break down lower and then do the exact same thing. We sweep out our lows into our high time frame PD array, right? Order block, FEG, also previous down closures inside of the MMXM acting as a roadblock. Unc, I'll let you speak in just a second near the end because I got a lot to yap. Just hold your question. I'll remember where your question is and go back. But Yeah, bro, like, even here, high time frame or like mid time frame accumulation, manipulation, distortion, distribution. Um, right? Why is this distortion? Because we're accumulating, but we don't need to take out this low. And if you're not sure about that in this time period, well, look what we do. We literally leave expansion, order block, and now you've got a protected low put in place. And the reason I would say that is because, at that point, then it would most likely act as low resistance liquidity, because I really only fuck with the single or double taps. You'll get a double tap, but like a triple tap, like that at that point, we're building a lot of liquidity below the low, and there's no point in taking that because you get such better entries or such better clean double or triple or double taps or even single taps. Single taps are really rare. We usually always double tap it. That's why there's no real reason to FOMO. If you know we're going to double tap the PD array, then you're chilling. So anyway, we're going to put it right here so we can see this 4-hour gap like we talked about. And, I low-key wanted to see this gap that aligned with that. That's, how we played out during London. Did not take longs off that. I need to quit scrolling back on that. But, yeah, bro. Even that's clean there, right? Longs inside the... I'm pretty sure I took longs there. Yeah, I did. I said just like played... Okay, yeah. Got pulled up on my phone. Right? Our London longs smacked tier 2. And, like, this is what we've been cooking all week. Right? Now we're on a lower time frame, but I'm showing some shit we just saw on the daily time frame. Right? Protected low. Order block. Boom. Expansion. Same thing. Accumulates. Sweep out the lows. We don't need to take this low out. So now we have a, pretty much, in my eyes, a balanced price range. So now we have a range. Oop, that's not the right one. That's the fucking that. Now we have a protected range. Boom. OTE. We tap. Oh my god. Does that not hit OTE? That would have been super clean, right? But either way, right? EQ, OTE. We're allowed to, I mean, it's allowed to hit, that's, we're in a discounted price leg inside the 4-hour gap here. So really there's no, like, we don't have to touch OTE for, like, the shit to work, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to. Because either way, your stop, if you're souping this like this, or if you're souping it like this, your stop's usually going to be below an invalidation. Because if we continue to come smack inside of this area, that's not something I'm going to really be trading. Because realistically, if we do that, then, like, if we continue to smack and close, I mean, then obviously you can probably see a sell model into the lows. Also, after sweeping previous day. And like I just said, you can see this low time frame shit, but the high time frame is what keeps me confident to be able to long something like this. God, I can't remember where the fill is, but it was like, I mean, not a fucking Jesus Christ, like, amazing fill. I'm pretty sure I got, like, wick. I mean, not break even here, but I came, saw a little bit of points of drawdown here after holding and being up for a little bit. Yeah, right, low did the damage inside a decent time, right? 4 is not perfect, but it's after, we swept out Asian lows and shit like that while leaving, right, low resistance highs. Yeah, that was that for that day. And depending on how long I'm reporting, so you want to see like a low time frame suit but a high time frame failure swing. Low time frame suit, the ways, low time frame suit, high time frame failure swing. Why can I not visualize that? Low time frame suit but a high time frame failure swing. Oh yeah, I mean, two failure swings for like drawing liquidity. I mean, on the upside, but like here we wouldn't technically have a failure swing because we're taking out the low, so it's not failing to swing past the low. But I could be retarded if I'm being retarded. My bad. He's saying like, but not take the protect. Yeah. Pretty yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just pretty, I mean, and that's kind of like, I used to say this shit with, like, the balanced price range, right, with us, even, like, on this, like, with the example we just covered, right, like, this is the 15-minute, right, so it's not like, oh, like, this is fucking, like, I'm gonna have to full port this, but it's like, pretty solid on top of our high time frame closures inside of the buy model as well. And even something like this, I'm pretty sure up to, I can't remember, but even something, you know, like this, right, where we get this big, you know, soup, I'm always looking left, right, where we just have another big ass gap. You have, you know, previous roadblock candles to the left, and then you just need to know where you'll sweep. Obviously, I'm gonna just delete all this shit off the chart. Obviously, you have this soup here, but you know, it delivers here, delivers higher, but that's not gonna hold all the way over here, because now, you know, this once was probably a bag right here, is now, you know, a gap that we need to mitigate to move higher. You know, like what once was a bag is usually going to become a good FEG to use, you know, on a higher time frame. And that's kind of what we exactly did here. And you know, a lot of these price legs moving higher have just been copy and paste. So what we'll do once, we will obviously do again. And obviously, if we look at the high time frame, you know, low time frame bag there, right? High time frame FEG with our previous down closure candles acting as roadblocks. And you know, even you guys can see the MMXM here. You know, it's one of these, but you know, what do you mean by roadblock candle? Oh man, Jesus Christ. What do I mean by a roadblock candle? What do I mean by a roadblock candle? Our previous, if we're bullish, we're bullish. We're going up. We're going up. Okay? We're going up. We're bullish. So as we continue and we close above, right around the 15 minute, we're continuing higher right here. And we're reaccumulating. So on a higher time frame, we're closing above. We just closed above. Now, we just closed, oh, well, actually, a little bit early. We've closed above multiple times, right? So now on the high time frame, we have this gap here with no down close candles, right? So our previous down close candles here act as a roadblock for bearish price. It's going to block the road, literally like it did. I've said this shit for years. You guys are tweaking. Previous down close candles, right? If you look at the 4 hour, previous down close candles. Yeah, you're pretty much. That's how sometimes they get it right. Sometimes they align that demand zone perfectly with this high, but yeah, like lower low, higher high. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? In the discount. In the discount. In the discount. Discounted. Down close candle. Roadblock. That's why you don't use this down close candle. Bro, everything. Technically, you can do a mitigation block on any of these. Any of these that I'm calling a breaker or an order block, you can call them mitigation blocks because they all mitigate price. But no, bro, it's like a down close candle. Anyway, same way as you looking at like when we take this out here, you're mitigating this area, or you're, well, not technically mitigating. What was the word? Okay, that might not be the word I'm looking for, but either way, yeah, mitigated our area of defense, bruh. And we squoze right by, right? Because that's what I've been telling you guys, even since the last time I would talk about this shit. Let's find a good example that we took this week. Yeah, let's go to our London example here. Previous, right? Price looks bearish here, right? Price looks bearish, right? We're sweeping. Oh man, we're bearish. We're taking lows, right? So now we have displacement. right? We mitigate this area here, then it pushes us lower, right? Because that's how price moves from PDR rate to PDR rate, right? So we hit this, price pushes us lower, back into, right, on a different time frame, right? Order block or whatever it is, right? You have your rejection block in a sense, right? Fail close, boom. And then even like fucking 30-minute, right? Whatever. You have like a, I'm not even gonna say, but right, hit that area, boom, 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 and then you just fly through it because you've mitigated that area. Even like here, right? We use this, whatever, area defense, mitigation block, order block. We used it here, right? Boom, it's already used up. So why would it stop us here? It doesn't. So we just fly through it, right? We take out our high, and then, you know, that was TP. So whatever, fuck that. But it's all the same shit. Realistic. Here goes Unk. Let's see what Unk's got to say. I think my headphones are in. Unk, if you get on here and start yapping, you're done, buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah,
Hold on.
chill, bro.
You might be echoing. Let's see. I forgot.
I was kind of thinking we're gonna come to these August 12th lows, because on the weekly it looks like we're forming not the weekly, fuck, what is it? On the daily, it looks like we're forming that order block. I think we might like come into that order.
You said August what lows? These?
Yeah, those right there.
Yeah. So with a 4 hour, right, kind of still have a daily order block. I want to see how Sunday opens. It could be the same type of opening. If we're bullish, I would love to see an opening. Even kind of like here, right? We've taken out this low. Taking out the low, which kind of distorted, and then it'll just blast higher, not needing to continue to take out the low. But if we like open around the same area, like you said, we could see lower prices into those lows, especially, you know, how on the daily, you know, it's two relative equal lows. Oh, Crunk, yeah, Crunk said that as well. I mean, it's the same thing, yeah. Like, oh yeah, literally what I just said. So you know, August, yeah, that's August 11th. Oh yeah, same thing. Yeah, okay, August 11th, 12th, right? Take out those lows, and then, you know, continue higher. But I have no like opposition, you know, of seeing that on this Sunday. And if we open Monday, where it's like, you know, the same type of way I just showed you guys, like 2 or 3 weeks, you know, different weeks, where, you know, we hit that good rejection block on my daily, you know, then I won't be opposed to, you know, having a Monday low a week. But in a sense like that, that has to be a Monday low a week, because like Monday's going to continue to push higher, close above, or not even close above, but just really high, to where we get, you know, a gap on a higher time frame, you know, or on a, that's one thing I haven't looked at.
So just
Yeah.
watching for that.
Yeah, ES taking that. See, that's why I'd be more, you know, previous down close candles. We have a good chance of just reaccumulating. You know, not even like leaving these two lows. So, you know, I could see that even with ES. With the like, one thing to be careful about is the uncorrelation, because that's one thing that I took into account. That's one thing I took into account. When was it? It was in one of the trades, but we have, you know, a good bit of uncorrelation. So you just got to be careful, because that'll lead, you know, I mean, to like, you know, that'll lead to just some ugly price action. But at the same time, you know, if we open lower, right, like I said, I'm not even gonna try and trade. I'll just let, you know, price do what it wants to, because in a sense, right, we have our previous down close candles. We have a gap that we swept. We also have a, you know, not an SMT. Yeah, no, yeah, we do have an SMT, right? We also have an SMT at that low. So I was, you know, I was looking at that PM into, you know, this, even if it's like something like this inside of that wick, but I don't really like that wick, so I would use, you know, the daily, and just kind of let it fly if it does. Hell yeah. I just, you know me, I usually don't like to cast forward the whole week.
Yeah.
Just because, like, sometimes, bro, like, you can do that, and then it'll just, Monday will open 200 points or something, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. I appreciate that.
no problem, homie. We got Rick Roll in the chat. Rick Ross. Yeah, Unk, if you need anything else, just, yeah, just hop up on the stage again. But I like when people hop up and talk. That makes it, you know, pretty simple if you guys ever want to do that in the future. Oh, bro, you know, you're gonna be trolling, bro. No trolls, because I know Ethereal, you're gonna hop up here. Your shit literally says Drizzy, bro. And you guys can see how this is kind of clean, though. 15 minutes. Even into, you know, same type of thing, right? Lower time frame into that wick. You know, that's just so clean when that happens. You get that type of opening. Mark in here. Yeah, he's still in here, right? See that type of thing, right? And what do we take out, right? Previous buy sign, and then even into this, right? Where we moved internal. You know, it made sense to obviously go down here, even the close of the candle, right? Everything here looks like we're moving lower to take out the low. And then boom, right after we take the low, candle close into the open. It's just like literally flips. It's like this is you when you're angry and you haven't ate, and then you eat a Snickers, bro. Boom. You just flip. Right? Look at the 5 minute. Before your Snickers, boom. You hit the Snickers. You're yourself again. Or like, you know, before you chew 5 gum, boom, right as you chew 5 gum. You know, and then into, would have loved to see the lower, see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you take this high out, we should really keep this protected. We're just distorting is what I would kind of see. And then into, like, yeah, you wouldn't need to, but you could, it's possible, and then higher. But at this point, like, I wouldn't take this. This would be where, like, that was that last Sunday where we break down lower, kind of have like a gap here, and I'm not opposed to taking, you know, almost an inversion here. It's more of an order block and just knowing that it'll close. But I mean, it's fine calling it that. But, you know, some people will look at that and be like, oh my god, you haven't swept the liquidity. It's not a fucking amazing IFEG, whatever. And that's why I'll still take those, right? Because the high time frame, you can set an idea for it to doing the damage over here past that low. And then even on a 4 hour, right, we have the, you know, or not the 4 hour, but the, you know, the 6 hour where we have that somewhat looking like it wants to move higher. But, you know, just wait for the open of the next session. Right? Sometimes you'll get that move sideways, and then you'll end, you know, you just kind of got to pray you ended more profit than you did. You know, like if you don't take profits here, then you just don't get profits there. Yeah. Kind of getting close to the end. I see some people hopped in at the end. Actually, this one person, Tiger Lee, W, and then everybody else. Is that Kruger? There's got Theo Vaughn. That's not Theo Vaughn. What the hell? Lobster. And then we got Lord Yakito. Still that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is recorded, by the way, so if any of you guys want to hop on the YouTube, I'll post it on there. Like I said, I'm moving out at the end of this month, so I'll probably feel wanting to post more and shit like that. It's just hard to, like, post up the fucking thing, get a good background, all this shit. Bro, check the free channels. Oh, no. Bro, you typing it like that, you kind of scaring me. Bro, what the fuck? What are we doing? Reason for a ban. Breakings? No, I'm just, whatever. Delete message history. That's wild work, bro. Hey, for us, since there's lots of OGs in here, bro, I would have, dude, I have like 2 or 3 people that I know that, like, I went to high school with, bro, that have seen my shit. It's really weird. Really weird. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Fail first eval? Coached. Nah, it's like I came out of his womb, you know what I'm saying? That's like my father. No, that's my boy, though. My boy, my lover, my friend. Yeah, straight out of him. Dude, I feel bad for Kyle, bro. I like when I don't know what it was when he went to coach me. Like I was the only person that would actually like be like, bro, like yeah, like bro, please continue to like, show up every day. So that's like I feel like a lot of it was, just even showing up every day. It's like for me, bro. I see a lot of people that I just see every day, and I'm like, damn, bro, you're still doing it. Um, and like obviously, there's a part where I sell shit, but I'll help out somebody here and there. If they're putting in that work, they obviously can't just pay for it. Like C7, he's like a young guy. He's not gonna have a whole bunch of money, but I can't keep helping him every single day. He kills me. No, C. He's smart though, bro. He's gotten a lot better. You are now at 2 million funding. Bro, I go up and down in funding. Sometimes I'll blow in like one account too. It's upwards of, bro, a lot of these guys know how it is. You'll sit anywhere from 50K funding to 200K to sometimes 400K to 500K to, then you'll have where you're up 7K in funding. It just goes up and down. Because especially if you have like top step accounts, yeah, like, bro, like you can only keep those for a certain period. Still ain't got a pay out. Well, bro, a lot of time has passed. Bro, you in that damn picture. Yeah, bro. And like, see the people around you, the trades they're taking, like Mello or Aether, bro. Or even fucking Uric, even bro, even the A tier trades y'all are taking, bro. Like Ethereal, you're taking great trades. I'm seeing great fucking executions. But you might just have that 1 or 2 off days, bro. I even have that, bro. I'm looking at my dashboard. I have 1 day this week, bro. It took so much fucking progress, bro. And that like still happens, bro. You have that mental slip. Ended week green, ended up good, but like there's 1 day where it's like, oh goodness, you're just looking at it like, what was I doing? Yeah, bro. Think about all the bro, like it did, like for real, bro. It's one thing that one is your own pace and like it's just something you can't quit, bro. It's not like I woke up one day and was like fucking could see everything that I wanted to. Like it's what was the amount you got in a single payout? Like the largest amount? I don't know, like 20K, 30. I think that's still my biggest that one time that I smashed that. Yeah, it still might be my biggest. I haven't counted up. I don't think any of the others have been close, so I just haven't counted up the combined. But that was like a combined through 5 accounts, so it's pretty solid. Bro, I'd be up like 16 this week, bro. If I didn't have one that bad day. Oh my lord. Can you go over the trade? All right, one last trade, then we'll pop off. Can you go over the trade last night with the correlated protected lows? Uncorrelated, nerd. All right, it was this, right? Looking at this. Because you're looking at this and you're like, I know, I can see exactly what you're seeing, Mark. You have these 2 lows and you're like, oh, that's finna smash. That's finna smash. Well, this is kind of the same thing with what the chart looks like right now. How I'm thinking of from the Sunday open, right? Kind of the same thing happened on this Thursday open, right? Where we have these lows that are close. It looks like we could take them, but they act as a rejection block. Are the wicks, the lows stay protected. So we'll put this right here because I'm pretty sure I ended up just taking some shit like this. Swear to God, just like this. And once we opened, I saw us move and kind of close back like this. I was like, well, fuck it. We have a good chance. I don't remember where TP was. Wasn't it here? Yeah, pretty sure it was this high. It was either this high or this. Something like that. Still solid 3R. Right, going over it though, like understanding the basics behind it. Now it looks a lot different, doesn't it? Literally all you gotta do is just swap over. NQ's in lower price, right? More of a discount. You have a easy breakaway gap. If we're looking at like the 5-minute here, obviously we could swap a different time frame, you know, and it'd look a little bit different. Sweep into the 15-minute gap, boom. But even, right, another that's perfect, right? I mean, this is textbook, you know, we're moving higher here, moving higher, and we did. You know, so I'm looking at this low, right, the 12 and 12-15 lows. I'm looking at the same thing on ES. Boom, 12, 12, 15 lows, and I'm like, damn, that's all the way down here. And this one is all the way up here. We've got a big breaker block, lower low, higher high. Clean market maker buy model in here, by the way. Right? Clean market maker model. Even a low time frame market maker model inside of here. If we, you know, look at this, right? Sweep out, boom, right? Our lows are making sense. Our lows are printing. Even if we zoom in even more right here, right? Low time frame market maker buy inside of that, protected low, order block, boom, shit just continues, right? Low time frame buy model inside of your high time frame buy model, we're eating to the highs, right? We take out the highs. I don't know at what point I went break even, but the replay went back, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Or no, it didn't. Or no, yeah, it went back. That's what I thought. You go forward. So yeah, in here, right, seeing what ES is doing, SMT. Wait, am I tripping? No, I'm not. Yeah, SMT at the low, right? SMT, uncorrelated lows, right? Protected lows. Even here, right, how this rejection block holds, right, puts enough, you know, in my mind, right, that we've mitigated. Doesn't need to, you know, be taken, and then you know, that's what we ended up taking. It's but dead ass. Some of these are like simple, like just thinking. Like I look at the chart and I'm just like, fuck it, like, and it's not like a fuck it, but it's like it's the model, bro. Like, boom, we closed. Even, I mean, I probably was a little early on this one, but with the high time frame and everything in mind here, this low should hold, and even if this low doesn't, you know, you have one that's like so close, you know, there's no reason not to just let it breathe. And every time I just let it breathe, you know, if you're roughly right and you're letting it breathe, you're good. You've seen, like, there was like 2 this week that got close to stop loss, but that was like pretty, like, that hadn't happened in a minute. And Brad, like, I found a lot more success just letting it breathe like that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I could see that. I was stuck against it. I mean, obviously, once we open, like that first second we're open, you know, I'm not just fucking like on the 15-second like this, like, you know, I'm not like this. I'm not like 15 seconds. Oh my god, we fucking busted. I'm shorting. Oh, we're so close to the low. We gotta hit that. Right. How do you stay patient and beat FOMO? Well, you get your ass whooped so many times by blowing accounts, to FOMO, to not staying patient. You do it so many times that you adapt and you say, okay, well, I've seen this happen so many times. I've seen this happen. I cannot do it again. You write it down, you journal it. Boom. You're in that situation, it's live price action. You either, that's your do or don't moment. You realize to yourself that you've seen this before. Nah, I have not. But you realize, you're like, I've seen this before. I've been to the same exact situation. Am I gonna allow myself to fail myself, or am I gonna stay patient and do the right thing? Now, one thing, you know, it's definitely hard to be like, you know, it's definitely hard to just even be confident in a long like this. But, you know, once you place that shit, you can't be flip-flopping. You can't, I mean, you gotta place it, and then this is your data collection. You know, you place this trade, and, you know, it's either gonna hit or it's not. And, like, with buying low, selling, like turtle soups, like, you know, in this protected low, you know, even like just waiting, right? We're patiently waiting. Okay, well, now I see it's, you know, we've ran lower, went in higher. You know, even if you take something like this, and you're just like, I got, like, you're like, you see this, you're like, you're in this moment, you're like, okay, do I long this? Where's my stop loss go? Do I allow myself to let it breathe? And it's all these small things, because you followed your process. You weren't sure here, okay, so that's fine, right? It's a step-by-step if then. Now you're getting here and you're like, okay, it's looking good. I had the idea that these lows wouldn't hold. And if you don't take it, one, you just got to get confident, bro. Because if the longer you wait to take it, I get the FOMO. I get the longer to wait it. You know, it's you know, it's scary, but you know, and now it's at this point. It's like, well, we moved internal. Well, where else are we gonna move? Previous, wow, like every shit I show y'all, bro, it's like damn near like copy and paste. But anyway, continuing on. And even if we double tap it, it's not the end of the world, you know. So at some point you gotta let it fly. You're like, but now you're like, well, shit, we got this fat ass fair value gap. It's gonna push us lower. It's got to. It's got to. Oh my god, I can't even think. Then just don't do nothing. If you're really like stuck between it, but one thing you're gonna have to learn is like doing this. All these get inversed. Here, inversed. Like, bro, every soup that has a good narrative, accumulate, manipulate, distributes right through all of it. I mean, just flips the manipulation. Once you understand, like, good manipulation, that this is manipulation lower to take out this low, SMT at the low, and then for this low to stay protected, then you'll have more confidence entering lower, right? You got to have that high time frame aspect to have the confidence to enter on a low time frame, added even more of a discount, right? We want to enter big black candles to go long. We want to enter big white candles to go short. And with that mentality, right, we have to enter low. There's a big black candle, but we got to be confident in our ulterior motives. Like, you know, we like all of this is in our conviction. This little piece right here is not the conviction, right? When we zoom out and we have everything else in mind, we have what happened here, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Now we have the range. The range is created. Where are we at in the range? Where have we mitigated? We mitigated the OTE gap. All right, well, that makes sense for that to hold. OTE, okay, distributed. Next session, low should hold. SMT, see what'll happen. I mean, you can only get so much, right? You get your try, yeah, like what Crump's saying too, right? You failed so many times doing this, but now you see all of this. You've done it. Everything you're doing is following your rules. Take the trade, get stopped out, and guess what? You think you're wrong. You think you fucked up. You think you've done something wrong. You're losing confidence. You're like, damn it, I did something wrong again. All for it to do what? Run to your TP and just, you know, never look back at you. And that's all the shit, bro. That's like, honestly, like why it helps to have a mentor, bro. Like you're gonna have those times where all of this shit looks good and it blows and fails. But you didn't have your stop loss at your invalidation, right? Because we just created equal lows. No way it would do this to me, and it runs, it flies. I mean, that's the shit that always happens. It's gonna happen to you if you think it doesn't. It's gonna create equal lows and fly away from you. Yeah, bro. I mean, I could keep yapping. I'm just gonna stop there because I probably have so many points. You're so, yeah, bro. Yeah, Crunk, I've always thought that. That's even how it was for wrestling, bro. I would lose doing the same. If I lost a match, it'd probably because I couldn't get up off the bottom. I would get rode out for the whole period while I need to get up and score a takedown or something. You best believe the last couple years, I'm not, bro, it's wrestling. It's not a pause moment, you faggot. You're really the faggot for thinking like that, bro. Like, you're thinking about some shit like that while I'm actually trying to be serious and lock in. So, who's the real fucking weirdo? But, yeah, bro, like, you best believe I'm not getting fucking rode out. Like, I'm not, like, all of that shit. Like, I'm not gonna lose by one, you know, just because I can't get up off bottom. And that's just how wrestling works. I'm not gonna be a kicker in the NFL just to miss the fucking final, like the game-winning field goal. You know, I'm gonna practice bro, Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna not practice every single day to hit that game-winning field goal. And when I go up there to kick the game-winning field goal, I already know in my head I'm gonna make it because I've practiced this so many times. It's not even a doubt in my head that I'm gonna make it, right? And at that point, all it is mental. It's the same shit with trading. You know, you have no doubt in your mind that whatever you've got on the chart will hit. You just take the trade. Sometimes it'll lose, bro. That's like what trading is. Like sometimes you'll get distortion. Sometimes you'll get these fucking ass cheeks uncorrelated lows. But you know, if you lose like that, well, it's your fault for trading the uncorrelated price action because you know it's lower probability. You know, it's like all this, you know. Yeah, like at the end of the day, bro, you can never like that's why you can't just full like if I went and full ported my whole account, well sure I would could double it or whatever, but also at the same time, I could just as easily blow the whole account and be sitting here like looking at myself like damn, I fucking suck, I fucking suck. That's what one of my students does. And and like as soon as he listens to this, he knows what he does because he'll like bro, he can fucking bank. I mean, he can bank, but he'll just get silly. And I'm the same fucking way, bro. All it takes is that silly moment to blow just everything. Yeah, I'm recording, but I'm finna get off because I'm finna go eat. Let's see how long the recording was. 51 minutes, yeah. Yeah, bro. Only one moment of weakness will change it from 50-50 to 0-100, and you're the 0. That's why it's first, bro. Bro, that's the only thing that actually changes the factors of that. Like, you know, but I could actually, like, you know, like I said, one losing day this week, but I guarantee if like that was a mental slip where I had that moment of weakness, and bro, I was you know, I just lost that day, cause I was up, like I could eat myself alive, you know, it's you know things that shouldn't be happening, but they happen, right? I didn't blow the account, so I don't really give a fuck. Well, I do give a fuck, and it's something I actually should care about. So let me not just yap because it's something, you know, it's not something that you should even be like, oh, well, that happened. I don't give a fuck. You should be emotionless about it, yes, but you should give a fuck. Emotionally less give a fuck. Like, you know, you can't just beat yourself up about it. But you also gotta let it go. Know that it's not gonna happen again. If it does happen again, then I mean, you're just fucking yourself up, ton. Like, so many, yeah. Second time's a choice. The first time, yeah, but that's gas. The second time's a choice. Anytime after that's the choice. It's like a diet. When you're going up hella good, then you slip up and eating a whole pizza. Yeah. Like if you're doing that, you're eating a pizza, you should lock in on your diet. Because, you know, those small habits, that small little mental slip where you're like, oh, it's just a pizza. Oh, it's just this. All that shit's gonna leach into your trading and you're gonna get your ass smoked. Yeah, I don't really know about a diet. No, I'm not in college. This is like the shit I do. I'm just from like a southern state, so I don't really. Well, I'm gonna start posting more. I'm moving into the crib this end of this month. We're locked in. That's one thing that's really hard about like my eating right now is the crib and just nowhere crazy. It's in the same type of place, same still close to my peoples. It's just an apartment with Bella, so it's a lot. It's lit. It's like 1,000 square foot. It's nice and big. On kitchen, you know, shit like that. Video is definitely gonna be fire in there. Yeah. No, definitely. I'm 22. Just turned 22. It's like seeing my son grow. Well, bro, I could have been done that. It was just like, you know, I was cool. I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I first moved in this house, I was cool with it. I was cool with the, you know, with the old, you know, my grandma lives here and my dad. I was cool with that shit. But now, bro, like, that shit's dead as fuck. That shit's so dead. Yeah, see, and if you swap the damage control on the chart, you're gonna blow your whole account. You can't swap the damage control. There is no damage control on the account. The only damage control there is on the chart is closing that motherfucker after you lose. And bro, that's even for me. And you know, I allow myself in my risk management to take maybe one loss, right? And I mean, bro, my risk management has probably like I'm talking about like quadrupled like the amount like I focused on it. I mean, and you guys will know like I might take, you know, if I'm like really confident in the bottom, and I like somehow like if I get wicked out here, well then I wouldn't be afraid to maybe take it because I'm so confident in the bottom. But this is not like A plus because it's uncorrelated, looks a little bit weird, blah blah blah. But you know, in an A plus, good, amazing setup, if I get stopped out, I'm not afraid. Like you can't be afraid, but at the same time, that first trade I took allowed for that. You know, I wasn't in fucking $700 deep. I was in 200 on a fucking account with, you know, if I took 10 trades, I could lose all 10 and still have, you know, we'll blow the account on the 10th one. You know, like that's what you risk management, bro. I'm telling you, if you got like, I know this is some shit I used to do, like just, you know, it was good seeing you, Crunk. But last thing I'm gonna say, that I'm gonna hop out of here too, because like I said, I want to keep it under an hour, and I'm gonna go eat and shit. But yeah, or fuck, I forgot my point. Well, anyway, fuck, I'm gonna just go eat because I forgot the point. But yeah, y'all just stay locked in, bro. It's all mental. And yeah, Tiger, I see you're actually active, so just yeah, bro, stay in here. I'm always trying to help folks out. I guess I'll help out. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, if you always got questions, just send them in chat and shit. Cause yeah, bro, it's like people our age, like I can fuck with, but like, bro, like that's what kind of dragged me out was these old unks, bro. And then you're scheduling 3 or 4 one-on-ones. You're like 30, bro. Like you're killing me. Good Lord. All right, but anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming. We had like 12 people in here at one, so that's a good start for just coming back into it. But Granny, so you're tripping. All right, the same time tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow's Saturday. We're gonna do a weekly review on a Saturday. You're trolling. I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like the good. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I got going on. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna stop.